Hey beautiful people, it's Renee Davis here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my channel, She Sparks Change, where of course the goal is always to spark a change in your mindset that will then spark a change in your life. I hope you guys are ready for today because as I mentioned last week, we have a very special interview that I am so excited about. So that being said, let's take a few minutes to get inspired. Alright guys, so like I said, I am so excited today because I get to do an interview with one of my dear sisters, friends, besties. Her name is Keisha B. Nelson, and she is here because I want you guys to see another element of me, what it's like to have a sister who is phenomenal and empowered and walking in purpose. That being said, I'm going to give her an opportunity to introduce herself.
Oh, thanks, Nay. I'm so excited to be here. This is such an awesome opportunity to share this space with Nay. And so my name is Keisha B. Nelson. I am a wife and excited to announce that I'm a new mom as well. Yay. My son is 4 weeks today, and it's such a joy to have him in our lives. In my professional space, I am a student advocate, which I like to say is kind of like a guidance counselor and a social worker mixed together, where I'm able to provide different community resources to students in need at the high school level. And then my husband and I also have a performing arts company called Broadway. So I'm really excited to be here, and yeah, let's get this started.
Let's get started. I'm excited. Okay, so one of the things you just touched on was Broadway and what you do. So tell me a little bit more about the things in your life that you're really passionate about.
Well, I am very passionate about young people. That's something that I've always had a knack for. I've always loved to engage youth. And so that's one element of my life that I can't live without, is interacting and engaging with young people. And I just think that it's just so awesome because there's so much life amongst young people, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to inspire them. And then something else I'm passionate about is performing arts. I've always loved anything that had to do with being on stage, whether it's singing, dancing, acting. It's just always been something that's been a lot of fun to me. And so I like to look at those two elements as being things that are a part of my personal ministry and things that I'm passionate about.
So I kind of like how you slipped it in there that she's a triple threat, you know, singing, dancing, acting. She does it all. One of the things that you mentioned was that you do Broadway, which you produce phenomenal shows every year, which are really, really great. Tell everybody a little bit more about Broadway, who it was created for, and kind of what's your passion behind it. Why did you get started with it?
So Broadway is probably one of the areas of my life that I'm most proud of and most in awe of God, and how he's just taken literally a thought, a daydream, and just magnified it into something that I could have never even just imagined. It's such an awesome opportunity. So 7 years ago now, I had the opportunity, I had the opportunity to take on the Black History Show in the community that I grew up in South Jersey. And I was really excited to take on a project, and then as time unfolded, it went from being an assembly, kind of like a community kind of show and sharing, into today what it is an annual musical that my husband and I produce. It's a full-length musical, and this past year, in February 2016, we were able to have original music and really bring it into something that that I think that the performing arts world would really love. And so it's, you know, it's really just a blessing. It's amazing just to have it, and just to every year see how God just takes it to the next level. And every show starts as a daydream. It starts as a conversation, and then it just magnifies and gets on paper, and then it just becomes a beautiful experience.
Right. That's awesome. I've been to the shows. They are phenomenal. So you use like students from high school, right?
Yes.
As the actors and actresses in it, and they do such an awesome job. Not only have I gone, but I've had the opportunity to bring people to the show, and they always love it. I always get to brag and be like, I know her. Yeah, yeah, we're connected. So it's awesome. It's really good stuff. Awesome. So here's a question. How much do you value being married to someone, because you guys have been married for 2 years now, that understands your purpose and knows the importance of it?
It's everything. Having someone understand your purpose is, I mean, it's so awesome, because not only for the times when you're excited about your purpose and the times when you're motivated, and you know, when you come home with an idea and you want to share it with someone and have them share in that same excitement, but it's also amazing for the times when you doubt yourself, and the times when you don't know, and the times when you're not sure if if that's exactly what your purpose to do, or if that idea is too big. And Black Broadway is evidence of that for me, in that, you know, for the first, I would say, 3 years or so of Black Broadway, I had done that in my singleness. And then when Cleve came around, it was, I had someone to share those doubts with, but to have somebody believe in my purpose, I personally feel has given me so much more confidence, because someone's praying for me, someone's praying with me about these big ideas that God has given me, and I don't feel like the doubt that I have is even allowed to linger very long, because my spouse believes in my purpose and sees the God in those daydreams that I have, and in those ideas and things like that.
Awesome. So it helps to kind of be going on this journey in the same direction.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine trying to like move forward in this with someone who, you know, was like, are you sure this is what you're supposed to be doing? Or do you want to do this? Or someone that's totally not engaging in my ideas at all. You know, you want to be able to share everything. Like our relationship, we're able to be like, oh my goodness, let me tell you this idea. Yeah. Can you imagine if, you know, you were in this relationship and someone was to say, I don't care, or, you know, I'm not really about that life, you know what I mean? So
so it's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. So one of the things that I value and appreciate is that we've been able to be friends for quite a few years now, and the person that maybe both of us were when we met each other isn't the person that we are today, right?
Yeah.
Thank God for
Thank God.
But what would you say one quality that you have now that your 18-year-old self would admire?
You know what? I think that I have grown into being a person who believes in myself, even when my ideas may seem crazy, or, you know, and that's at every level, because I think when I was 18, there were things about myself that I had and I knew, but I didn't necessarily believe in myself, and think that like that was like something was cool. If it, you know, if I might have had some doubts whether or not something was cool, for example. Now I define for myself and for my life what is cool, what is right. You know, if I have an idea, I just take it. I just take it on. You know what I mean? I don't really need anyone to validate for me whether something's cool or whether something is going to be a good idea or have a good ending. And I think when I was 18, I, you know, always wanted to be the type of person that took ownership over just her whole space, her being. And now I feel I've grown into that person that, you know, I'm owning who I am. And that's not just the good parts, you know, but I'm owning, you know, all of who I am, my existence. And I believe in myself. I believe in my ideas. I believe that I'm going to be successful, or that I am successful. And I think that that's something that, it's That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. All right, so our last question before we go into a special round, which she has no idea about. Mind you, she no idea about any of these questions. I like to spring it on people, makes it more fun, like I said the last time. Okay, so what is one way that you love to serve others?
This is hard, but I would just say the first thing that came to my mind, cooking. That is one way I love to serve people, and I think that that's something that I've inherited. Is just from my great grandmother on my mother's side. But watching someone's face when they eat your food and they love it, that is something that I just feel, I love serving people in the most obvious way possible by serving them food and cooking and putting love into the food and finding out what people like and giving that to them. That's just something that I love. And I even tell my husband I love cooking for him and watching him eat out, how good this food is. This food just tastes so good. And even for the young people that I work with, I love even being able to share with them and cooking for them, because it's just, to me, it's just an act of servitude, and where you can see almost immediately on people's faces that, gratification and and I think it takes time to prepare a meal and to think about what somebody would like, and I think that just shows how much you care for them. So I love to serve people that way.
Yeah, and I love to be the recipient. So here's a fun fact. Keisha and I used to be roommates, and so she also bakes, and I love sweets. So anytime she baked, who was first in line to taste it? Yeah, I was.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
All facts.
I figured, since I have, my bestie here, we could play a fun little game I like to call Who's Most Likely To. Some of you guys may have seen it tagged on YouTube or whatnot. So we have these cards, right? Keisha's name is on the front. My name is on the other side. And basically, I'm going to say who's most likely to, and I'll say, the rest of the question, and then we're going to decide. And hopefully Keisha's truthful, with this and can honestly answer when it's her, All right. So, our first one, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready.
Who's most likely to fall while walking? Yay! Okay.
So I see how she's playing. Okay, so between you and I, we know the deal.
All right, ready? Who's most likely to laugh at the wrong moment? Yeah. I admit
all the way. And not stop laughing.
I know. It's been bad sometimes, guys. God is working on me. Okay.
I like to laugh at her laughing in the inappropriate moments. Because it's very funny.
Okay. Who's most likely to know all the words of a TV theme song?
That's both of us.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, right. Keish knows every word to every theme song for all the shows she likes. I won't say every single show, but all the shows that you like.
You put on Fresh Prince and you see who comes out.
Oh, okay.
MC.
Or Sister Action.
Or Sister.
Yeah, right
the
here.
The new and the old.
Right here. Okay. Who's most likely to skydive? What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah. I would say both, you know. Both.
If Nay tells me she's going skydiving, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go.
We'll work that out. It may not be anytime soon, anytime in this lifetime, but hey, who knows? Okay. Who's most likely to take a spontaneous vacation?
That's me all the way.
Keisha can do that. I call spontaneous, you tell me on Tuesday to plan for the weekend to go to the beach. That's spontaneous for me.
Let's go right now.
Right.
Ready to go.
Right.
Pack
Have
it
the
up.
bags packed, like
Absolutely.
ready to go.
Let's pack it up.
Okay, this is a good one. Who's most likely to fall asleep while watching a movie?
Oh my goodness. Yo, she's playing dirty.
Okay, I say both. I'll say both. You're notorious for it, but I can't lie. Sometimes I get those in the middle of movies.
She's funny, y'all. She's the comedian. Who's most likely to be the comedian?
This one, right here. All right, who's most likely to be a reality TV star?
Y'all see how she's doing? She's trying to play me.
We just want an honest game, right, guys?
She's trying to play me.
I want you to see
Who's
who
most
she
likely
is.
to cheat in a game?
It's called competitive. All right. Who's most likely to give all their money to charity?
I would say both of us.
I would say Keith. I don't know. I love to give, guys, but I don't know about all of it. I'm just gonna be honest. I like to get that one. All right, 2 more. Who's most likely to have a pet?
You wouldn't have a pet?
Mm-mm.
I'm learning more and more things about names.
You know, I appreciate their presence, but permanently, I don't know about that. Okay, and our last one. Who's most likely to finish their meal first?
I don't know. May is kind of greedy.
Yeah. I eat fast, guys. I eat really fast. The other day, my dad was like, whoa, you are hungry. I eat a little fast. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, so clearly we had so much fun doing this interview. I want to thank Keisha again for joining me. I just knew that I had to have her on here as I'm talking about women walking in purpose. Another fun fact, I've been mentioning our conference every week, and Keisha is a part of the team.
So excited.
That is working with the young women. So we are so excited.
Yes.
Make sure you guys save the date for Saturday, November 19th. She's gonna be there bringing all this fun, inspiring people, and so we're just so excited for that. As you guys always know, I love you with the love that only comes from the one up above. Make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, share it with others. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed day. Bye. Guys.